Hey guys, my name is Alexandra Valentine and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So here we'll post all things sewing tutorials, sewing hacks and whatnot. So if this is something you are interested in, kindly give this video a huge thumbs up and also subscribe to join the family. For my returning subscribers, returning viewers, you are welcome once again. So in today's video, we are going to be draping a wrapper on a corset dress. So there are many methods in which you can go about the draping of a wrapper on a corset dress, but I'm just going to be showing you one method today. And also we are also going to be attaching our skirts to our corset, so just see this as a two-in-one video. Okay, so after I'm done making the corset top and the skirt part, I'll just I'm going to wear the corset on the mannequin and then just wear the skirt part on it. You can see that I do not have a zip at that zipper allowance part because the skirt is too small for the mannequin. It's not the same hip measurement. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be drawing out the waistline the way I want the waistline to be. So what I'm doing now is from the middle part there, I'm just coming down by the design I want this waistline to carry. Okay, so the waistline, I want it to just follow the draping of the wrapper that I'm going to drape on it. So I want it to just follow it. You can see now that this curve I did on the right side is not the same thing with that of the left side, so I'm just going to adjust it now and just make the both side equal. Okay, by the time I'm done drawing now, I'm going to just cut out that part following the line that I drew. So the contact I have here is going to reach the zipper allowance part. So when I just get there, I'm going to stop. And while you're cutting, you want to make sure to give like half of an inch seam allowance above the line you drew. Okay, so the next thing to do now is to be folding that half of an inch seam allowance you gave after the line you drew. I'm just going to be folding it, then I'll use my pins to hold it in place. So as I'm folding, I'm using my pins to hold it in place. As you can see, the part that I have folded is looking neat than the other part, so this is what I'm just going to do all around the parts that I cut out. So when I get to the part where the eyelet starts from, that's the part I'm going to stop at, like pinning it down. So what I'm going to do right now is to start hand sewing the skirt to the corset top. So you can stitch, it depends on if you're beading this dress, you can stitch it without folding in the dress. But if you're not going to bead it, if it's going to be plain, then you will want to fold in that half inch before stitching. So what I'm just doing here now is I'm trying to secure my thread in place. And also you can also use your sewing machine to stitch down this part. But if your waistline is too curvy and your machine cannot pass it, then this method is the best method for you. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to insert my needle on the corset dress first. Make sure that where you're inserting it, it's inside, like the skirt part is covering the corset part. Okay, then you are going to bring it out from the skirt part inside. Please make sure that your thread is not showing outside the skirt. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this process again in case you don't get it. So by the time I draw this thread out, you see that the thread there is not showing. So I'm going to insert my needle into the corset top. Make sure it's in between the skirt part and the corset part. Okay, you bring it out and pass it through the skirt part again. Please ignore the injury on my hand. That injury was caused by pressing iron, so just ignore it and focus your attention on the dress. So I'm going to repeat that process all through the waistline. I'm going to be doing it until I get to the other end of the waistline. Okay, until I get to the zip area. So now let's just move forward to the draping of the wrapper on the corset dress. After attaching our skirt to the corset dress, we already understand how to go about your waistline. Just give it whatever design you desire, whatever waist design you desire. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the middle of this lace, the lace I'm working with, or the remaining of the lace I'm working with. So I'm going to find the middle. Make sure that your lace is as long as possible for you to be able to have that draping effect and also to have detail at the back. So I'm just trying to shift in the net I have there because I don't want to trim that out. So I'm trying to fold it in. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to pleat one. After folding in that net, I'm going to pleat one. Okay, then I'll pleat the second one. If you're pleating, make sure you're pleating upwards. So I'm pleating the second one now. So I have 2 pleats or 3 pleats there. So I'm going to use my pin to just secure those pleats in place because the fabric is quite heavy. So I just secured it in place and I'll attach it to the middle of this corset where that's the starting point of our waistline. I'm going to attach it there. I'll use my pin to hold it down. So I'm going to make those pleats I made in front. I'm just going to extend it, straighten it out so that it will be very long. Okay, so I have 3 pleats there, so I'm making sure that what I have on this side too is 3 pleats. So like I said before, my waistline was inspired or is following the draping I had in mind to do. So while draping this now, I am going to just follow the shape of that waistline. So what I'm doing now is just giving a little bit space, and as I'm going forward I am pleating more. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just make it loose at that side there and use my pins to pin it just before the zip allowance. So you see what it's looking like, right? You see what we'll have on this side, right? So I'm going to repeat the same process for the other side as well. So remember that we pleated 3, right? So I'm going to just extend those pleats to be very long so that it will go around the waist, and I will also be able to have some drapings on the side there. So you can increase your pleats. You can make it 4, 5, 6. It depends on how much you want to drape, and it also depends on the length of the wrapper you are going for. Okay, so I want this wrapper to be just at my full length or my skirt length. So I draped 3, but I'm still going to add extra because I noticed that it was still longer than the skirt and I want it to be equal with the skirt length. Okay, so I've done the same thing for the other side. So remember that I'm pinning it at just before the waist area. So this is me now increasing the pleats here. I added 1 pleat. I'm going to still add another one so that it will be fuller. So if you add any pleats now, if you are going to be adding any pleats, remember that you're also going to make sure you extend it. So this is the the fifth pleat now. So I'm just going to pin it down. So after pinning it down, I'm also going to extend it on those sides. Okay, I'm going to drag it. If not, one part is going to be longer than the other part, and we would not want that for ourselves. So this is me bringing it down now so that you will be able to see it very well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to extend those pleats. So this is one of the pleats I'm extending, or two of the pleats. I'm dragging it to meet that waistline so that it will be equal at the floor length. Okay, so by the time I'm done extending the pleats on both sides, that's the two additional pleats I added in front. By the time I'm done extending it on both sides, this is what we have. The down is going to be equal while you still have your pleats, and this is the final result. So I hope you find this helpful. If you did, please kindly give this video a huge thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. Okay, so what we are going to do now is just to hand tack on this part that we pinned down just before the zip allowance. We are going to hand tack it. So please mind you, if you're a bigger person, make sure that you attach your zip before you drape. Okay, but if not, just follow this process. It is easier that you attach your zip before you drape. If not, you are going to be struggling attaching your zip after you've tacked all those places that needs to be tacked. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just to tack it, and that's all. So at the end of the day, this is what we have. So if you find this video very helpful and entertaining, please do not forget to give it a huge thumbs up and also hit on the subscribe button to join the family. Until next time, bye.